You know, in the world of hospitality, creating an amazing guest experience is everything. But behind the scenes, success is really built on a rock-solid financial foundation. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the most important tool for understanding that foundation, the hotel balance sheet. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome. My whole world is about helping hotels use data to work smarter, and a huge piece of that puzzle is understanding financial health. I'm so pleased to be here to guide all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, on this part of your learning journey. We're about to demystify one of the most powerful financial tools you'll ever use, the balance sheet.
So here's our game plan. First up, we'll nail down what a balance sheet actually is. Then, we'll break it down into its three core parts and the simple, logical rule that holds them all together. And finally, and this is the really important part, we'll see how you can use this document to make smart, strategic decisions for your hotel. Let's get to it.
All right, section 1. The big idea here is that the balance sheet is all about giving you a crystal clear picture of your hotel's finances, but, and this is key, at one specific moment.
Now, you've probably worked with an income statement before. The best way to think about it is like a movie. It tells you the story of how your hotel performed over a month or a quarter. It shows all the action. The balance sheet, though, it's a photograph. It's like hitting the pause button and taking a snapshot that says, right now, on this day, this is exactly what we own, this is what we owe, and this is what's left.
So what's actually in this financial photograph? Well, it's really built on just three fundamental pillars. If you can get your head around these three, you can read any balance sheet with confidence. Let's kick things off with the first and, honestly, the most straightforward component. Assets. This is all the valuable stuff the hotel actually has.
To put it simply, assets are all the resources the hotel controls that have value. We're talking about the big things, like the building itself and the cash in the bank, but also all the furniture in the rooms, the kitchen equipment, even the inventory of food and wine in the storeroom. And you know, a hotel is a really asset-heavy business, which is a key concept we drive home at Europe Hotel School London. The assets on the balance sheet tell you a lot about the kind of hotel you're looking at.
Okay, now for the other side of the equation, if assets are what you own, liabilities are what you owe.
Yep, liabilities are all the financial obligations the hotel has to others. This could be the mortgage on the building, money you owe to your linen supplier, or even salaries you haven't paid out yet. Essentially, liabilities show you how much of the hotel is financed with debt, which gives you a really clear picture of its financial risk.
And that brings us to our third and absolutely crucial component, equity. This is what the business is truly worth to its owners. Equity is basically the bottom line for the owners. It's what's left over after you pay off all your debts from everything you own. It is the owner's true stake in the business. And here's the thing, watching that equity number grow over time, that's the ultimate sign of a healthy hotel. It means you're not just making money, you're actually building real long-term value.
Now these three parts, assets, liabilities, and equity, they aren't just a random list. They're all connected by a simple, powerful, and totally unbreakable formula that is the absolute heart of the balance sheet.
And there it is. Assets always equal liabilities plus equity. This isn't just an arbitrary rule for accountants. It's just logic. Every single thing the hotel owns, every asset, had to be paid for somehow. It was either bought with borrowed money, that's your liabilities, or it was paid for with the owner's own money, that's the equity. It has to balance.
Let's look at a quick example. It makes it so much clearer. So here, this hotel has 20 million euros worth of assets. And on the other side of the equation, you can see how those assets are funded. 10 million from loans, or liabilities, and 10 million from the owners, or equity. See? Both sides add up to 20 million. It's in perfect balance, clean, simple, and it always works.
Okay, we've got the theory down. That's great. But what do we do with this information? This is where we shift gears and see how the balance sheet goes from just being a piece of paper to being a powerful tool for making strategic decisions.
Because that's the real question for anyone who wants to lead in this industry, right? It's not just about reading the numbers, it's about asking, so what? How does this financial snapshot actually help you make those tough, high-stakes calls you'll face every single day?
Well, it's at the heart of some of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. Things like, should we build a new conference center? Is now the right time to renovate all the guest rooms? A strong balance sheet is what will convince a bank to give you the financing for those projects. It also lets you keep a close eye on your financial risk and manage your day-to-day cash flow, which is also known as liquidity.
Let's just zoom in on risk for a second. If you see a hotel with a ton of debt compared to its equity, that's a red flag. It means it's carrying more risk, and it might be in trouble if the market suddenly takes a downturn. On the flip side, a hotel with low debt has way more financial stability and flexibility. Understanding this balance is a crucial skill we focus on at Europe Hotel School London.
Another huge insight is liquidity. In simple terms, can you pay your bills this month? You can get a quick answer by comparing your current assets, like cash, to your current liabilities, like payments you owe suppliers soon. In this chart, the hotel has twice as many current assets as liabilities. That is a very healthy position to be in. It means they have breathing room.
All right, we're heading into the home stretch. Let's pull all these pieces together and see why the balance sheet really is the foundation for lasting success.
The most important thing to remember is that the balance sheet doesn't operate in a vacuum. You have to look at it alongside the income statement. The income statement tells you if you're making a profit, right? But the balance sheet tells you if your underlying structure is strong. It's only when you put them together that you get that full 360-degree view of a hotel's real financial health.
I think this quote just nails it. The balance sheet isn't just a boring list of numbers. It's the story of the foundation that makes all of your day-to-day operations even possible. It's the why behind your performance.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. It's one thing to ask, is my hotel profitable today? But the real strategic question is my hotel built to prosper tomorrow? And the answer to that question, well, it's found in the strength and stability shown on your balance sheet. Thank you so much for joining me.